All right, guys. Thank you so much for spending your Friday evening with me. We have an icy highway tonight, actually, literally. So maybe it's apropos that my album starts with this song. Salt and sand on this icy highway will be salt and sand on a summer beach. Here we go. Windshield wipers are frozen and it's hard to see if there's dangerous obstacles in front of me. It's a slippery turnpike and the left lane's out. These times will test your grip on what your life's about. In my engine, the gremlins knock my self-esteem as they try to drive down the value of my dreams. As I struggle for traction up this icy hill, they make me think dark thoughts, but they can't break my will. Let's move on forward. Here's to making our way to the dreams we work for, coming into reach. Salt and sand on this icy highway will be salt and sand on a summer beach. Salt and sand on this icy highway will be salt and sand on a summer beach. Hey! I can feel your frustration as you spin your wheels. I'm identifying big time with the way you feel. You set your plan and watch it get pushed back. It takes a steady hand to get you back on track. Yeah, the heat of anger may move us along, but that ain't no substitute for staying strong. Today we won't be quickly satisfied, but we got dreams of a lifetime that won't be denied. Let's move on forward. Here's to making our way to the dreams we work for, coming into reach. Salt and sand on this icy highway will be salt and sand on a summer beach. Salt and sand on this icy highway will be salt and sand on a summer beach. Hey! Alright. We can fade or we can shine the way we choose to walk the line. Let's move on forward. Here's to making our way to the dreams we work for, coming into reach. Salt and sand on this icy highway will be salt and sand on a summer beach. Salt and sand on this icy highway will be salt and sand. Salt and sand will be salt and sand on a summer beach. Hey! Only salt and sand. That's all it is. Move on forward, little darling. Thank you, baby. Thank you, folks. Wow, so let me see what you guys have been up to here. We have such a lovely sized crowd here. I'm really humbled by this. We got Patty, Naomi, who wasn't going to be able to make it, so I'm glad that you were. And you even picked up the album already. Thank you so much. Aunt Ellen is in the house. Aunt Betty is here. We got Matt. So I take it that's Matt and Danielle, maybe the kids. Hope you're all doing well. Holly is listening from upstairs, I think with her friends. Nicole is here. Nicole, good to see you. And Alan, Alyssa, Amelia, if you're there, good to see you too. Chris, what a great show. I can't say enough nice things about it. It was just really tremendous. Crystal Cat, Julie Marie. We got Bob and Linda, my parents. They've been to more of my shows than I have. I actually missed one of my own shows, and they showed up. So thank you guys so much kindly for that, all the support, a lifetime of support since my days playing in the concert band. So We got Nita, author of Depression Hates a Moving Target and co-writer of a song you will hear later in this show. We've got Alessia, all the way over from Italy, tuning in after midnight to see this show. Thank you so much for that. Sarah Michelle, thank you for joining. And Meta, good to see you, Meta. In fact, if you chose that name, Meta, based on the meditation practice, we're going to actually have a song later on in the show that is a meta meditation. So that's really cool, too. So what are you guys up to? How's everybody doing? From Matt, hi from Danielle, Natalie, and Maya. Thank you all for watching. Alessia, when we tried to send you and Chris a tip, but unfortunately it doesn't allow it, I hear something going off. So I think somehow or other you made it work. But we'll sort that all out. Thank you so much for trying. And Band Geeks Unite, Nita says, yes. Trumpet here. And then a teacher told me my lips were too big for trumpet, so he moved me to the baritone horn, which then became my marching band instrument. So try lugging that around on Memorial Day in a hot wool suit. Anita, a flautist, a flute player. All right, cool. Julie, Chris, thank you for doing Heal. That's my mom's favorite, she says. Chris Pride song. So cool. And Ed says, hi, he falls asleep early. Well, I guess we'll have to make sure we rock out properly early in the show. This next song's a real rocker. My God, you guys are blowing up my phone with tips here. So much appreciated. Thank you. So this next song, to really understand the lyrics, you gotta catch the fact that when I say the darkest stuff in this song, I follow it up with these thoughts are distorted. So I want you to know that. The song is called Distorted, and I wrote it to help you, folks, help you recognize your distorted thinking when you're doing it. I want you to be able to catch it in the act so that you can contradict it with a little truth, okay? This song is called Distorted. Dark thoughts come arising from the bottom of my mind. They say they're being helpful. They say they're being kind. They're spinning me a story to explain the way I feel. But all they do is hurt me, and they're barely even real. Cruel deceptions in my brain multiply my pain. I'm being punished by God, I'm never rewarded. These thoughts are distorted. I'm left to suffer alone, I'm never supported. These thoughts are distorted. I know these are lies, but I ain't seeing through them. Can't wish them away, I can't undo them. These thoughts are distorted. Dark thoughts still arising from the bottom of my mind. They've never once been helpful. No, they've never once been kind. When the lies get a hold of me, I get rocked behind their wall. I can see the key to freedom if I watch them rise and fall. I'm getting mindful of my brain just being with the pain. I'm being punished by God, I'm never rewarded. These thoughts are distorted. I'm left to suffer alone, I'm never supported. These thoughts are distorted. I'm aware of the way I'm reacting to them. Can't wish them away, but I will get through them. These thoughts are distorted. These thoughts are distorted. I'm being punished by God. I'm never rewarded. These thoughts are distorted. I'm left to suffer alone. I'm never supported. These thoughts are distorted. I'm aware of the way I'm reacting to them. Can't wish them away, but I will get through them. These thoughts are distorted. These thoughts are distorted. Oh, papancha! Thank you. And Betty writes, powerful song. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you guys. What does papancha mean, by the way? My last lyric line of that song? It is a term from Buddhist meditative tradition. It refers to the endless proliferation of destructive thoughts. You know, they just come and they start coming and they accelerate and they occupy your entire mind and you're spinning in circles. That's papancha. Thank you so much for being part of this with me. Let's see what's going on here. So, boy, a lot of compliments going here. And Nita says she plays piccolo as well. And, wow. Alessia, you're so kind, Jason. We'll try again later. Thank you so much for that. Nita says singing along. Chris puts amazing. Meta, cool. Nita, great song. Naomi, thanks for the song. Julia became a fan. Julie, rather, became a fan. Thank you. By the way, underneath my video, you'll see a button that says become a fan. If you haven't done so yet, please give that a click. You'll get some cool ways to be able to keep up our entertainer-audience relationship. Mom and Dad put great song. Bob and Linda, thank you. Julie puts bravo, brava. And Chris puts a fantastic. Julie with a fantastic. Nita with Sparks Will Fly. And Betty says powerful song. Julie says awesome album. Jason, so glad I bought it. Well, thank you so much for buying that. I appreciate that. And Nita says you're in my head. I guess we're truly fellow travelers. That's why we co-wrote so well. And Matt put an awesome compliment. That's so cool. And Crystal Cat puts a became a fan. Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate that. And Nita says, and when you meditate, you learn to let them fly on through those distorted thoughts. Great stuff. Thank you so much, Nita, for that insight. That's so cool. I'll talk more about Nita's recommendations for mental health maintenance, which became part of the album. Bob and Linda, amazing. Thank you for that. Alessia puts a welcome new fan, and Betty became a fan officially also. Although you've been following my show for quite a while. Thank you for doing that. And Patty also puts welcome new fan. Alessia, I'm so excited. Chris puts I'm excited. And Chris puts mind blown. Thank you guys. You are so kind to me. And there's been some stuff going on. Wow, my phone is really blowing up with tips and stuff here too. So let's see what this all is. From PayPal. Come on, load already. I wonder if I'm taking up all the bandwidth doing the show. You received from Julie. Thank you, Julie, for sending a tip. That is so kind of you and so considerate and thoughtful. And I can't say enough other nice things about that. And from Venmo, Danielle and Matt, very nice Venmo contribution there, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That does my heart a lot of good. So, guys, thank you so much, and I will play my next song now. Mental health. This is the third song on my album. I want to let you know how my album is divided into chapters, by the way. We're in chapter 1, which is seeing the obstacles. So here's the song Battle. We can see our mental health as a battle when we could maybe learn to see it as a humanitarian mission. This song is called Battle. I thought this was a battle, the kind that's won or lost, where raging at the rival brings a victory worth all costs. But the prize is alienation, and that seems a hollow win, standing lonely in the ruins of the war I fought within. I thought this was a battle with the troops on high alert, couldn't trace the friendly fire from the part of me that hurt. Oh, the rage destroys your allies in the same flames as your foes. Your own weapon takes you over, no matter how it goes. I thought this was a battle I could win and earn my peace. Then I saw myself in terror as hostilities increased, and the anger gave an order, show no mercy in this fight. Then I asked myself the question, could this order not be right? It can take all that you got to disobey an order that's all wrong, to take the heat for seeming weak. That's a different kind of song. When the rage calls loved ones enemies and declares red and orders me to take them down, I'll lift them up instead. I thought this was a battle, but I'm learning it's much more. It's a mission to compassion for the pain down in my core. It's a journey toward forgiveness when the rage has had its say, and the wisdom we discover, we can't fight these things away. But we can live to love another day. Thank you, baby. Thank you. It's real nice to have the in-person applause from Amy right here on the wings. So we have, thank you for listening to that. And thank you for your your really kind compliments here. So going back a little bit, what do we have? Chris has, Nita put great song. Chris Pride, and you so much, Nita, for the generous tip. And Chris Pride, thank you so much, Nita. Nita, my pleasure. Keep up the good work. You see, you guys each met a cool person. What can I say? I'm stealing that from Ted Lasso, but that's just you see, you guys each met a cool person. Chris Pride puts crying my eyes out. Thank you so much. Naomi puts fantastic. And from Julie, 107. I don't think Meta can be beat on the Orders Up contest. Wow, Meta is on fire. She's showing herself a lot of kindness with those coffee house treats. And from Bob and Linda, a hug it out. Well, thank you for that. And from Nicole, beautiful. And from Nita, applause, applause. From Mom and Dad, love the song in the chat. Thank you. And from Matt, applause, applause. From Alessia, amazing. And from Nita, let's see, Meta wants to pick a song. I guess so. I guess that's going to happen. And Alessia says, great interpretation, Jason. Thank you so much. I appreciate that deeply. The next song has Nita and her dog in the video. See, Amy and I read her book, Depression Hates a Moving Target, How Running with My Dog Brought Me Back from the Brink. True story. When we read that book, I thought it would be really cool to have Nita and her dog in the video. And she was a little reluctant, a little shy about doing it, a little uncertain about how it would all come out. and she became really enthusiastic about it and even sent me like alternate cuts, and it really became a very, very cool thing. So here we go. This is I Can't Run From My Troubles, so I'm just gonna run with my troubles. And Mom, I gotta thank you for this one too, because you used to say that when you go away somewhere, you take yourself with you. I never forgot that. Here we go. This is Run With My Troubles. In this echo chamber of anxiety, thoughts take on life all of their own, ruminating on what could become of me. Makes me feel so helpless and alone. This catastrophic thinking washes over me, till it's all that occupies my head, draining down the balance of what left of me, till it's all that occupies my head, taking fire left and right and in between. I need to get out for a change of scene. I can't run from my troubles. These troubles follow me around. So I'm just gonna run with my troubles. Run till my worried mind can settle down. I fall into a rhythm in my running shoes, where there's just wind and sky and road, brain and body doing what they're meant to do. Find a way to lay aside that load. I'm feeling much more human when I'm on the run. It's one stride at a time, no longer tense. Arms and legs and heart and mind at work as one. Universe just makes so much more sense. I'm feeling better left and right and in between. I get the grace and healing in this change of scene. I can't run from my troubles. These troubles follow me around. So I'm just gonna run with my troubles. Run till my worried mind can settle down. This section is dedicated to the late great Eddie Van Halen. Watch the video and you'll see what I mean. Or you'll hear it on the album too. I can't run from my troubles. These troubles follow me around. So I'm just gonna run with my troubles. Run till my worried mind can settle down. I can't run from my troubles. These troubles follow me around. So I'm just gonna run with my troubles. Run till my worried mind can settle. Run till my worried mind can settle. Run till my worried mind can settle down. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, honey. It's getting serious in here. Time to take off the jacket. I ain't fooling around anymore. That was just a warm-up. Actually, that was chapter 1 of the album. The album is divided into 3 chapters. First chapter was kind of the darkest. It's called Seeing the Obstacles. It's about recognizing the things that injure our mental health. You got to know them, you got to see them in order to do anything about them. The second chapter coming up is we are on this road together. We are fellow travelers, folks, whether it's in an intimate relationship, one-on-one, in a family, in a community, in this room together right now, in this virtual space known as Live Streamer Cafe. So we're going to be moving into songs that are more about being interconnected. So going back a little bit, Meta says, love this album so far. Thank you so much. Aunt Ellen Rosenberg says, impressive album. Folks, Aunt Ellen is a therapist. So on this subject of these songs, you know, those words mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. Alessia puts, get 'em up, get 'em up, get 'em up, 3, 2, 1, drink. Water preferably if you're singing. And Bob and Linda put a cool, thank you so much for that. Nita says, I hear this when I'm running, and yes, I might sing it out loud too. That is really cool, Nita. I would love to actually have you capture that sometime. Or maybe sometime I may even get to run with you, and we'll sing it together on the run. Alessia puts a nice, and Nita puts lighters up. And I'm slightly ridiculous, says Nita. So much fun. And let's see. Oh, Scarlett, the Pupperina. Thank you so much, Jason, for including us in the video. Oh, you're very welcome. Folks, you got to see this video if you haven't already. I have several runners from several walks of life, several places that I know them from, all contributed clips of themselves running for that video. And Crystal says it's nice when songs have a story. Nita says, go, Aunt Ellen. Oh, okay. Nicole puts Super Squirrel Pals. All right, cool. And Nicole also says, send a tip by way of buy me a coffee. Well, of course Nicole would send the coffee. That just figures. That stands to reason. If you know Nicole IRL, you'll know that she brings the coffee. That's what she does. Actually, she has a website, Drinking Coffee All the Time. Nicole, you can actually put that blog, you can put that address into the chat if you'd like. Okay. This next song introduces us to the interpersonal relationship side of things. In a relationship, you will experience miracles together. Not all of those miracles are going to be perfect. Most of those miracles, if you're lucky enough to have them, are going to be complicated. So this song is called The Complicated Miracle. The important thing, folks, is remember, a complicated miracle is still a miracle. We were in dire need of help. We couldn't make it by ourselves. And we put our faith in the brightest, and we counted on the best. And we lay down on their tables and trusted we'd be blessed. Then we woke safe and sound, but somehow changed. It's a complicated miracle that has come true. A complicated miracle we're living through. Oh, but miracles don't come easy. Miracles don't come free. This miracle's been complicating you and me. Some days we spin out of control. We lose connection with our souls. And we barely sense our bodies, and we're swimming in our heads. Let's remember why we're in this, what we hope for when we wed. from then to now, safe and sound, but somehow changed. It's a complicated miracle that has come true. A complicated miracle we're living through. Oh, but miracles don't come easy. Miracles don't come free. This miracle's been complicating you and me. We could take the complications of this ever-twisting plot. Let this be our meditation to rejoice in what we've got. We'll rejoice in what we've got. Oh yeah, it's a complicated miracle that has come true. A complicated miracle we're living through. Oh, but miracles don't come easy. Miracles don't come free. This miracle's been complicating you and me. This miracle's been complicating you and me. Complicated miracle is still a miracle. There we go. That's your lesson for the evening. A complicated miracle is still a miracle. So let's have our gratitude for that. All right, thank you so much. And going back a little bit here. Let's see. So when I talked to Nita about running together, she said that would be very cool. Would love to meet you, Amy, et al. So yeah, if you come this way out by the Jersey side or we head to Ohio, I'd love to see that happen. So Julie puts a cool, and Chris puts a big man forever. Yes, big man, Clarence Clemens, a big inspiration to me. And Chris Pride, beautiful. And Nita Sweeney, love the song, You and Amy Are Miraculous. I'm going to give Chris a thumbs up for that. Thank you so much. And Nicole puts beautiful. Chris Pride puts amazing. Patty says beautiful. Chris Pride, great song. Alessia with a groovy. Bob and Linda, mom and dad with fantastic. Naomi with a fantastic. Nita with applause, applause. Alessia is singing along. Chris Pride with a hip hip hooray. Bob and Linda, Bob did with an A-OK. Nita with a that's the cat's pajamas. And Nicole and Matt with applause, applause. Thank you guys. And Alessia says, complicated miracles could always happen, even when you're not expecting them. Very much so, yeah. Yeah, or you might be expecting it, it might happen differently than you think. Or it might happen exactly as you think and still be complicated. But we got to be grateful for the miracle. So, my mom's wisdom strikes again. When I used to talk badly about myself, I would blame myself for a lot of stuff that kids blame themselves for that's not their fault. And my mom would say to me, you wouldn't talk to a friend like that, so why are you saying that to yourself? That became the first lines of this song, Asking for a Friend, or maybe hashtag asking for a friend. You never talk to a friend this way, so why'd you say that to yourself? I hear you tearing yourself down all day. What do you think that's gonna help? I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for you. You'd never beat up on a friend this way, so why are you beating yourself up? I see you giving yourself hell all day. When will this torture be enough? I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for you. I've always had your back, even when the odds were stacked. This time I need to count on you to learn to have your back too. Yeah. You'd never give up on a friend this way, so why would you give up on yourself? I'm in this with you, baby, come what may. What can I do to give you help? I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for me. I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for you. I'm asking for you. I'm asking for you. I'm asking for you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I see here some stuff going on. Let's see. Chris puts hug it out. Bob and Linda, I'm a happy potato. Well, so am I. Thank you guys so much. Alessia sent a tip via PayPal. Thank you, Alessia. That's so kind of you, so sweet of you. And it's going to help not only me, but it's also going to help the National Alliance for Mental Illness, NAMI for short. Thank you so much. And Alessia with applause from Nita. Awesome. From Bob and Linda. Bravo, brava. And from Chris Pride, lighters up. Well, thank you guys. So one more song in this chapter. We're on this road together. Aunt Ellen, you in the mood for a little reggae? Bob Marley fan, Jimmy Cliff fan. Aunt Ellen introduced me to some cool stuff. I think we watched The Mighty Quinn together at your house. Well, I put this reggae beat to good use because this is a song about those moments where you've been through some stuff together, but you reconnect, you put in the hard work, and you get there, and you're back to your bliss. You're back to the bliss of your union. So this song is very inspired, and it is called Back to Our Bliss. Welcome back, my lover. It's so good to rediscover what it feels like when we touch. We've been busy just surviving. Now it's time to get to thriving. We've both been through so much. Reignited. I'm feeling more like myself, reunited. You seem so much more like yourself again. Now we're back to our bliss. I am back to taste your kiss. And you're back to really feel me in your arms. And we're learning not to jump at false alarms in our minds. We're back to our bliss. Back to our bliss. Put away that box of tissues. We got ways to face these issues. There's no need to feel alone. Lay your head upon my shoulder. I'm right here when nights get colder. Guaranteed and set in stone. Reignited. I'm feeling more like myself. Reunited. You seem so much more like yourself again. I am back to my bliss. And I'm back to taste your kiss. And you're back to really feel me in your arms. And we're learning not to jump at false alarms in our minds. We're back to our bliss. Back to our bliss. We made it through the days of isolation. Now it's time to say goodbye to alienation. And hello to all the joy after the pain. Like Marley sang, we don't have to wait in vain no more. When we're back to our bliss. I am back to taste your kiss. And you're back to really feel me in your arms. And we're learning not to jump at false alarms in our minds. We're back to our bliss. Back to our bliss. Thank you so much. Thank you, folks. Back to our bliss. You know, when you've gone through enough struggle and you're mindful of each other, you can get there. And then if you fall away from it, get there again. Fall away from it again, get there again. That's what our whole mindfulness practice is. You know, you lose the train of thought, just pick up and go again. So let me see what you guys have been up to. You've been pretty chatty, I think. I see from Alessia, fantastic. This makes me so glad about where her tip is going. Thank you for that. And from Nita, a groovy. From Naomi, you're on fire. From Chris, mesmerizing. From Nita, nice. From Patty, great song. From Aunt Ellen, applause, applause. And here's a new one, I think. Alessia puts Tam Banana Bama. No, Tam Banana Rama. Okay. I think it's like maybe a dancing banana. Cool. From Bob and Linda, Night Owl. Yeah, especially over there in Italy, Patty and Alessia. Night Owls. And let's see, Chris Pride. That's baby making music. Okay, then. And Chris Pride puts Superstar and Super Squirrel Pals. And Nita says, bravo, brava. Chris Pride, great show, Jason. Thank you so much, Chris. You too. Bob and Linda put awesome. Chris Pride says, I donated to the cause. Well, you sure did in many ways. Amazing you put also, Chris. And Julie says, I donated to the cause. Thank you. By the way, folks, if you want to buy this album, it will come with a PDF book of the lyrics. So what you do is there's a little blue BC in the circle just above the chat. That will take you directly to where you can purchase the album for download, or actually for streaming it in the Bandcamp app if that's easier for you. They don't want to make you fiddle around with files and transfers and all that if you don't have to. Okay, that concludes the second chapter, and we're into the third and final chapter of the album now. These remaining 4 songs are under the chapter Caring for You. During the pandemic, I looked for lots and lots and lots of mental health, like self-care advice. My therapist said I should engage in self-care. And I politely agreed, but didn't do anything about it. And then I one day got curious, and I was wondering if there was stuff that I could look up about various modes of self-care that could actually do some good. And I found a TED Talk that changed my life. Dr. Wendy Suzuki talked about how exercising transforms the neurotransmitters in your brain. It gives you many more of them. Nita, I'm speaking your language now, right? You get more neurotransmitters, better quality neurotransmitters. It helps with depression. It helps with anxiety. It even helps stave off dementia because you have this greater reserve of neurotransmitters. So no joke, powerful stuff. So all this that I learned about self-care, I lived it. I did a lot of exercise, and you know, Amy and I meditate, and you know, we try to do our gratitudes. We could do more of it, but this song is a form of doing our gratitudes, and we actually wrote this song together because I'm grateful. So here we go. I hope you enjoy it. And if you get this chorus into your head, guess what? You're doing a gratitude, and it's actually going to help rewire your brain for the better. Here we go. I'm grateful that I woke up this morning. At least that's what the TED Talk said I'm supposed to say. Still, I'm sorry for myself, and my brain's all full of warnings. I'll try this attitude of gratitude on some other day. But then what if that someday could come around this morning? What could it hurt to thank a loved one or two? It might bring a little good to take stock of my blessings. Okay, let's see what this gratitude thing can do. I can feel my mood get a little bit lighter as my outlook grows just a little brighter. I'm not afraid today to show what I'm made of. I'm grateful for my love, my child, and my pets. I'm thankful for the support I have and the strength I've got within, because I'm grateful. Sadness isn't all there is. Depression can't have the upper hand this morning. See, I got a new move that villain has never seen. Letting go of the rope, depression, here's your warning. See, I'm getting in touch with the grateful part of me. And I'm gonna do it again tomorrow morning. 'Cause feeling better is feeling pretty sweet. I'm letting go of the rope, depression, here's your warning. I ain't fighting today, and that don't feel like defeat. I can feel my mood get a little bit lighter as my outlook grows just a little brighter. I'm not afraid today to show what I'm made of. I'm grateful for my love, my child, and my pets. I'm thankful for the support I have and the strength I've got within, because I'm grateful. Sadness isn't all there is. 'Cause I'm grateful. Sadness isn't all there is. Because I'm grateful. Sadness isn't all there is. Thank you, honey. Thank you for writing that with me. I am grateful for that. And so we got from our audience here, we see great song from Nita, Shake That Thing from Alessia, from Bob and Linda, Mom and Dad, I'm Swinging and Swaying, from Alessia, sounds great, from Nita, Gratitude Journal is powerful too. Wow, what a segue into the next song, by the way. And Chris Pride puts violin maestro. Yeah. Some do call this instrument the fiddle, so I'll go with that. Chris says, oops, over the violin maestro. Well, that's cool. I have heard the guitar referred to as a fiddle, so I'm going to let that one slide. And then Chris puts amazing, and Nita puts I'm swinging and swaying, and Betty with an awesome, and Nita with a nice, and Matt, Danielle, Natalie, and Maya with applause. Thank you so much. And make sure you're doing your gratitudes too, especially you young ones, okay? Got to make sure my nieces are keeping up that grateful brain and happy brain. Okay. For Nita, with Nita actually, she wrote this with me. She has a book out called You Should Be Writing. It's a journal with prompts from famous authors. And you can spend time writing every day in it. You just set your timer, 10 minutes, go, and you just write, and you write faster than your critic can censor what you're writing. Just write with no thought to the consequences. You're not trying to write the great American novel. You're just writing. You're just getting out what's in your head. She goes to retreats on the subject, and this is a dedication to her teacher, also a Natalie, by the way, Natalie Goldberg, and her name will actually appear in this song. So here we go. This is called A Different Kind of Zen. Nita wrote she gave me like pretty much the whole story for the song. And I kind of structured it into a song format, sent it back to her, and then she edited that, and we really worked nicely together on this co-write. A Different Kind of Zen, here we go. To a high desert in New Mexico, we've traveled with our notebooks and our pens. Our teacher sits cross-legged here before us, offering a different kind of Zen. Natalie urges us to be specific. Write Cadillac when you're thinking of a car. Authenticity hides in the details. Images take readers where you are. Give us every drop of that storm that's raging in you. Under all circumstances, you must continue. Keep your hand moving. Keep your hand moving. One stroke ahead of the critic in your mind. Keep the pen going. Keep your truth flowing. A genuine connectedness you'll find. Let it loose, don't think about the product. You're free to write the worst junk in the land. Lose control, let writing do the writing. You'll read it out loud, then you'll understand. Give us every drop of that storm that's raging in you. Under all circumstances, you must continue. Keep your hand moving. Keep your hand moving. One stroke ahead of the critic in your mind. Keep the pen going. Keep your truth flowing. A genuine connectedness you'll find. Find your voice here in this sacred zone. While you're writing down the bones. Keep your hand moving. Come on. Keep your hand moving. One stroke ahead of the critic in your mind. Yeah, keep the pen going. Keep your truth flowing. A genuine connectedness you'll find. Oh, a genuine connectedness you'll find. Nita Sweeney on the co-write there of the lyrics. Please do make sure you pick up her books, Depression Hates a Moving Target and You Should Be Writing, both by Mango Publishing, who have been so kind to me, by the way. They've been so helpful in promoting my music and my collaborations with Nita. So let me go back a little ways. Marcus Lumiere is in the house, or Lumiere, however you like to pronounce that. Alessia says, hi, Mark, how are you? Glad to see you. What a surprise. Nice to meet you, Mark. So awesome. And then Chris says, great song. Nita, crying my eyes out. I remember getting that reaction out of you when I sent you the demo and then when I sent you the video. So I'm glad the live performance ticks that box too. But don't cry for too long. All right, Alessia, soothing. And Marcus, I am good playing the clubs now, so I don't have time to stream at the moment. Well, glad you're getting out and doing live venues. I'm looking forward to that when things get quite a bit safer around here and warmer too. Maybe I can do it outdoors. Bob and Linda put Groover. Thank you for that. And Marcus puts amazing. Thank you, Patty. Mark, glad to see you. So Mark, I got to check you out. You know, you're popular in these here parts. And thank you for coming and seeing my show. And Nat loves the song, by the way. She said, I adore this. Natalie Goldberg, the leader of the writing retreats. So I'm very, very happy to hear that. That takes place, those writing retreats, in Taos, New Mexico. Matt, I got memories with you driving all the way out west as far as Taos and having some of the spiciest Mexican food ever and actually attending a Native American ritual, which was very enlightening. And then we have from Alessia. Okay, Mark, happy for you, no problem. But anyway, it is nice to see you. And then Nita with applause. And break it down. Yes, Nita asked when she heard the first cut, the rough mix of the track. She said it'd be really cool if all the instruments stopped but the drums. So we did that. I said, yep. In this business, we call that a breakdown. So you'll hear that on the album. So Nita with a little co-production there too. And from Chris and Alessia, applause from Chris, a fantastic. Bob and Linda, mom and dad, hip hip hooray. From Marcus, nice to meet you too, Jason. Well, thank you very much. And green chili, says Nita. And Matt with a yup. So we got some stories from back in that day. And Alessia, very lovely and great show, Jason. Thank you so much. There's 2 more songs on the album that I'm going to perform. The next one is also a co-write. One that I was not expecting. I was putting the finishing touches on Run With My Troubles. I hadn't put that out there in public yet. And my dad didn't know I was writing a song about running when he presented me with the concept of a song about riding a bike, because we're both cyclists. My dad got re-interested in cycling during the pandemic when he needed exercise, and there was an exercise bike in the house that he got a newly renewed interest in. Now, my dad is also an enthusiast when it comes to smooth motion videography. So he combined his newfound passion for biking with his passion for filming while biking. Now, don't worry, he's not holding up the camera while biking here. He's got it mounted like it's a helmet cam. So we made this video that he envisioned from his poem, which became the lyrics. And it's called Super Clean Escape Machine. I hope you enjoy it. I love riding on my bike. It brings me feelings that I like. My excellent escape machine. that helps me keep our planet clean. I love the energy it brings, and clarity it gives me wings. My bike's a pal I animate. We roll, I chill and concentrate. We glide down city streets and country trails. Motion casts its spell and never fails. My super clean escape machine, my super clean escape machine. I'm off the grid and on the scene on my super clean escape machine. We can go from near to far, rolling cleaner than a car. It cleans my arteries and mind and lets me leave my cares behind. We squeeze through narrow passageways and windy paths on sunny days. We can ride by stunning sights or savor balmy moonlit nights. We glide down city streets and country trails. Motion casts its spell and never fails. My super clean escape machine, my super clean escape machine. I'm off the grid and on the scene on my super clean escape machine. Pedaling fast or coasting slow, we're flying low, flying low. My super clean escape machine, my super clean escape machine. I'm off the grid and on the scene on my super clean, my super clean escape machine, my super clean escape machine. I'm off the grid and on the scene on my super clean escape machine. Thank you, baby. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Let's see what you guys have been up to. All right, so I have let's see. Wow, that's so cool, Nita says, about the concept of this song. What a lovely and great show, Jason. Thank you so much, Alessia. I appreciate that. Applause, applause from Chris. And from Alessia, it's so awesome to be all together on LSC. Yes, it is. We are a community, folks. We're an international community. Even though we're physically distanced, we are together. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for being part of this community with me tonight. And Nicole puts, yay, Jason. Bob and Linda, thanks for the song. Well, thank you for the song. It wouldn't have existed if you didn't pitch me the idea in the first place and then write a whole poem. And by the way, spoiler alert, I have a new poem from my mom that I'm working into a song, so stay tuned. Alessia, Super Squirrel Pals. Nita, applause, applause. Naomi, the collaborations are wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Naomi. I do feed off of them. I do get energy from that. So that is a fun part of the job. Marcus, I'm swinging and swaying. Thank you so much, Marcus. Chris says, amazing. Marcus with applause, applause. Alessia, yes, Naomi. I totally agree with you, Naomi. So thank you so much. And Naomi says, thanks to that. You see, you guys are making friends across other continents here. How cool is that? Julia with applause, applause. Chris with applause, applause. Alessia with cool. Bob and Linda with keep the deck spinning. Alessia with applause, applause. Bob and Linda, mom and dad. It's an absolute joy to be creative with you. Thanks so much. And Nita says, lighters up. And Patty with bravo, brava. And let's see how we're doing with the coffee shop collections. Meta is running away with it here, although Bob and Linda are on her heels. Meta with 218 points. Wow, okay, so someone's going to be picking the video here. Speaking of meta, by the way, the final song on the album that I'm going to do for you now in this final chapter called Caring for You. I got to give a shout out to Dan Harris and the 10% Happier app. They have been quite helpful to me and to Amy. You think they're helpful? 10% Happier? It's meditation delivered in a practical format for people who just want to retrain their brains and their thought processes, like we all need to do during this time of stress and tension. And Andrew, sorry I'm late, Jason. Well, thank you. I'm glad to see you in here, Andrew. So thanks for joining. Thank you for joining, and thank you. You've been watching. I think you watched my last show on YouTube. So I'm so glad that you came in here into our space in Live Streamer Cafe. You get to catch this one more song from the album. This is all about meditation. This is all about a specific meditation. Its ancient name is Metta, and it is a loving kindness meditation. May you live with ease. May you be free from suffering. May you be safe. There's a lot of variations on it, but that's the lyric that I went with. Leslie Masuzo is my neighbor and a third grade teacher in our community in the same school our daughter goes to. She did a lovely job singing this with me on the album. You'll hear it on the album as a duet, but tonight I'm doing it solo because there's simply not enough room with the setup to cram another singer into the space. That's why we actually recorded it, because she wanted to do it live for a fundraiser some time ago. I came up with the recording instead, and then we made a video. So this is the Metta meditation. The song is called "The Moment of Loving Kindness." By the way, the video has some footage from my dad with his drones of the landscapes, which looks really cool. For this song, I'd like you to put your hand on your heart. That's actually part of the practice of self-compassion. Just kind of give yourself that loving touch. And we're gonna sing, "May I live with ease, may I be free from suffering, may I be a blessing to someone today." And when it comes around again, it's gonna be, "May you be safe, may you live with ease, may you be free from suffering." And the third time, "May we live with ease, may we be free from suffering." And this is this is the note the album closes on, "A moment of loving kindness." Here we go. Thank you, everybody, for watching. By the way, if you don't have the album, the button to get it is the BC button, the little white BC in the blue circle above the chat. Thank you so much for watching. Here we go, "A Moment of Loving Kindness." If the best way to learn a thing is to teach it, then I'll try to guide you so I may reach it. I may not get to enlightenment, but I can learn to lighten up, yeah. And if it gets me practicing, I will preach it. Let's place a hand on our own hearts and sing, "May I live with ease. May I be free from suffering. May I be a blessing for someone today. May I be safe. May I be peaceful deep within. May I walk with comfort along the middle way. May this be your moment of loving kindness I can give myself. If the best way to know a thing is to live it, then I'll try to take it in and to give it. I may not get to the mountaintop, but I'll start again every time I stop. And when I stumble, may I forgive it. Let's place a hand on our own hearts and sing, "May you live with ease. May you be free from suffering. May you be a blessing for someone today. May you be safe. May you be peaceful deep within. May you walk with comfort along the middle way. May this be a moment of loving kindness you can give yourself. Let's place a hand on our own hearts and sing, all of us, may we live with ease. May we be free from suffering. May we be a blessing for someone today. May we be safe. May we be peaceful deep within. May we walk with comfort along the middle way. May this be a moment of loving kindness we can give ourselves. May this be a moment of loving kindness. Wow, my brother Matt just put "Crying My Eyes Out." Oh my goodness. You got to see Matt's Yiddish plays sometimes. He is a theater director. He was involved in the production of the Yiddish version of Fiddler on the Roof that was critically acclaimed and award-winning, and deservedly so. It's a Folksbiene, NY. Matt, you can actually put the link to Folksbiene in the chat. You can actually put it right in the chat. So folks, check that out. It's the National Yiddish Theater Folksbiene. So going back a little bit to your comments here, let's see. Going back a little bit from, well, so much you guys put. Wow, Andrew says great lyrics, and Alessia says mesmerizing, with a mesmerizing animation there. Bob Did puts, thanks Andrew, thank you so much. Patty puts stellar. Meta puts amazing. Yes, that was a meta meditation. That's yours, Meta. It's all of ours. Anita puts beautiful. Chris Pride gives an applause. And Ellen, congratulations on your album debut. Thank you so much. And thanks for staying up a bit later to hear the whole kit and caboodle. And Marcus puts, sounds great. Andrew, congratulations on your album. Jason, thank you so much. I appreciate it greatly. I appreciated being able to share this with you all. With a live performance tonight. Thanks so much to Chris Pride for her awesome opening set. And you know what? Since this all streamed to YouTube and to Facebook and to Twitter, there are so many opportunities to watch this whole thing back again, by the way. And we want to watch Chris again and just see how good that was, because it seemed pretty amazing from being in the room virtually. Alessia, congratulations. Jason, God bless you. Amazing music and album. Thank you so much. And let's see, and Betty, all the songs were inspiring. Thank you so much. And Naomi puts congratulations. Well, thank you for that. Nicole, you rock. Jason, thank you so much. Andrew says a great message. I appreciate that too. And we have from Chris, awesome. From Nita, congratulations on the album, Jason, great work. Alessia says very positive vibes. I love so much this one. Thank you, appreciate it. And from Chris, a beautiful. From Julia, beautiful. From Julian, amazing. Thank you so much. Alessia puts talented. Bob with a hug it out. Matt with a nice. Chris Pride with a cool. And I think I have the video request here from Meta. She would like me to make a video of Drift Away by Dobie Gray. I am going to make that my YouTube video. So thanks for picking that one out. And congratulations on winning that. Nita says, encore. I do have one more song for you, not on the album, but something that'll be coming up soon. Thank you so much. Jason, my dad watched from YouTube. Oh, cool, Chris. Thank you. And Julie says, YouTube, I live there on the weekends. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I'm going to do one more song for you and then call it a night. This one is kind of my signature song. It's gotten played on the radio, National Public Radio. It's called You Can't Get There From Here in Jersey. If you don't live in Jersey, this is your first introduction to our crazy roads. I'm going to be making a record of this soon. There goes the diner in the left-hand lane. Cross that divider, ain't that a pain? Now I gotta go 3 miles east just to come back west. Man, this puts my patience to the test. You can't get there from here in Jersey. You're always on the wrong side of the road. You can't get there from here in Jersey. I got a case of jug handle turnaround overload. Bumper to bumper, ain't this a wreck? That fender bender, them rubbernecks. Now I gotta wait half hour more just to get a mile. Man, this puts them cramps into my style. You can't get there from here in Jersey. You're always on the side that doesn't move. You can't get there from here in Jersey. Till you get off, no way the traffic will improve. So here's the road rage part. So for that, you gotta look through the compliments for a compliment called Howl It Out Loud, because we're gonna howl like caged beasts. I'm going crazy, ow, in my steel cage. This roadway madness is all the rage. And I can kiss the exit lane goodbye. They'd sooner crash than let you by. You can't get there from here in Jersey. You're always far from where you need to be. You can't get there from here in Jersey. I'll be home tomorrow, no use waiting up for me. You can't get there from here in Jersey. I've been too long behind this safety glass. I can't get there from here in Jersey. Hey there, buddy, you can kiss my easy pass. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of this experience. Please follow me over to jasondidner.com. I'm going to put that link in the chat. Go over there, sign up to get my emails, and you'll know when I'm doing these shows. Also, if you click the Become a Fan button, there's an option to have Live Streamer Cafe notify you as I'm going live, but I can give you some advance notice with my emails. So thank you so much. You've been a wonderful audience. I would love to do this again with you very soon. I'll have some dates scheduled. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm very grateful for you. I hope these songs stick to your ribs, help you through the rest of the pandemic and then beyond. I hope these songs bring the best out of you. You bring out the best in me, so I hope that's all mutual. Everybody, have a wonderful, wonderful night. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.